What is up, everybody? It is Jorgen Paul back with another video. Today I'm going to be taking you into the project of my newest single, Not Enough, and we're going to be diving into exactly how I made this song.
Tear me down, I'm done saying I'm sorry that I'm not enough. You just wear me down.
Alright, so let's dive into it. It starts out with just a simple guitar riff that I played and recorded in. This is it. And that's just a basic chord progression in C# minor. I mic'd up my guitar with two different condenser mics, and then the chain is pretty simple. It's just some light compression, some EQ, cutting out the lows, boosting the highs, reverb, delay, and chorus all in parallel with the dry signal. A little bit more compression on that entire bus, and then another EQ that's just cutting out a little bit of the mids to allow the vocal to cut through a little bit more. I added that after the vocal was in. So that's how the song starts, with just that guitar. And then I added these effects, which really just help boost into the vocal. My favorite part about this is this guitar impact that I found. That's just a sample, and then I added some delay to it, and I have that hitting like every 8 bars or so. Here we have a match. That's right. Yeah, I threw a match that's hitting when the snares would be hitting, and it's pretty cool. If you listen to it here, I'll turn it up. So that's a match that's striking, and that runs through essentially the entire song. And then the only other one is this hit right here, which is just a chop of some sample I pulled. I just took that tiny little hit with some delay and reverb, and I also have that every 8 bars or so. So with the guitar, it sounds like this. And the only other part on that intro section is just some really light electric guitar that I added. And then I added some bass here. And this is just my electric guitar. I played that in on guitar and then pitched it all down an entire octave. And that's pretty much it. It's super minimal up until pretty much the second verse. The only thing that changes in the chorus is this clap that I add, just to start adding some drums and some momentum to it. Once you get into the second verse, we add some drums finally, which are super simple but really flowy. So it's really just that kick and that nice little clicky snare, and then these two tiny percussions at the end of every 4 bars. So it's super simple, but when it hits with the guitar, it sounds really nice. Right. So that's nice. And then as it builds, we add some more percussion here. And that's just some jazz rides and a couple of hi-hats and stuff that I have bouncing all around. And then as we get into the second chorus, we kind of switch into a more hip-hop groove going on. I kind of changed everything up. I added hip-hop drums. And I added an 808 with it, so. On top of that, we have some strings and pianos. And then the last thing that really sets this apart is this lead, this vocal chop lead. Which is pretty simple. I found this sample and I just took one of those little hits, put it in a simpler, and then played out my own melody. Little pieces of that coming into the song before.
I wanna make a life and you won't let me live.
Like that. to just kind of sprinkle it in before it comes in really heavy with the chorus on the second time around. The real magic on this song is really the vocals. I'm super proud of my vocal performance and mixing on this one. So we have the main vocal here.
Got those brown eyes and sun-kissed skin, and you wrinkle up your nose when you're laughing.
And it's a pretty simple vocal chain. I've been really simplifying my vocal chain lately. I used to do way too much, add way too many effects, and just kind of drowned out my dry vocal, which I have realized is not the move. Vocals are pretty dry in a lot of pop music. So I just have some compression, some light auto-tune, just minor pitch correction, not just enough where it's pitch corrected, but you don't get like the super T-Pain-y auto-tune vibe or anything like that. A tiny amount of OTT. This is something I've been doing lately, just like a sprinkle of it, like 10% or less of OTT, and it fits really well. And then just an EQ that cuts out the lows, adds some highs, and then you got your reverb. I have a short reverb and a long reverb, both in parallel with my dry signal. And then I like to add a compressor after my reverbs because it helps bring out the reverb a little bit more. And then I just add a little bit of saturation just because I think it was a little quiet and needed a little bit more sparkle. Yeah, I added another bus with reverb, delay, and chorus in parallel, which all of those things, chorus, reverb, and delay, you should always have your reverbs and your delays and your chorus running in parallel. Makes a huge difference, and it's something I took way too long to start doing. So then I just add some doubles on the entire verse, pretty much.
And you wrinkle up your nose when you're laughing. You're the type to make me figure my life out.
Or I just have the doubles hitting on like the ends of phrases and points where I'm trying to enunciate, which really helps stand out.
Twirl like you're dancing. Whenever you get good news or feel like it, you always bring out my self-doubt.
And this is where the magic in the vocals really is. The section where it says, you just wear me down, you just tear me down. This section here.
You just wear me down, wear me down. I know that sometimes my ex just tear me down.
That part's my favorite part. And it is just a ton of takes of me saying those same lines over and over and over again. I took a bunch of the same take over and over again, and then I took takes of me standing on the other side of the room, singing like this, singing with my nose plugged, doing all kinds of different things just to create different timbres and textures within the vocal. And then when you stack them all up, make all of them individually really quiet and spread them, it sounds very, very choir-like. So I've been incorporating that type of vocal style in a lot of my tracks lately, and I am absolutely loving it. Very CPU intensive. As you can see, I have all of these frozen because if I didn't, my entire computer would explode. But it's worth it because it sounds so nice. And I did a little bit more of that as the song went on. So the second verse, I have more doubles and more harmonies.
I can't change my roots, but I would.
And yeah, so all together it comes out to sound like this.
Wear me down, wear me down. You just tear me down, tear me down. You just wear me down, tear me down. You just tear me down, tear me down.
And then the last thing I added was just a ripping guitar solo, which I don't actually have on this version because I recorded that in a separate file just to get rid of latency and all of that. But you can hear it on the track if you want to by going to the link in my description and listening to it on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you like. So yeah, that's my track, Not Enough, and that's how I made it in my bedroom by myself with my guitar. One of my favorites. I'm really, really, really proud of this song, so I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys learned something. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and I'll be posting a lot more videos from now on. I am back from a long vacation, and I'm going to be doing beat videos, behind the scenes, all kinds of different things. So, much love. See you in the next one.
know that sometimes my edges just tear me down, tear me down. I'm done saying I'm sorry that I'm not enough.